Hey, listen, I want to talk to you about something really, really important. That's water quality and our health. So, I'm going to be doing a series of videos. This is just the one I want to introduce you to the whole concept of what I'm going to be talking about. We have water that enters our home, right? And you may not have ever stopped to think about it, but where does that water come from? Well, it comes from the cities, the municipalities, the water agencies, and it has chlorine in it. Why does it have chlorine in it? Because chlorine kills the bad stuff, right? The nasty stuff. Well, why is there bad stuff and nasty stuff in my water? Well, there's not when it's at the treatment plant or the water agency. It gets treated, it gets filtered and everything like that. However, it has to travel from that facility to all the homes. Now we have a very mass infrastructure, but an aging infrastructure to that where that water travels through. So it travels through big pipes to get to your home, right? And we use it to bathe in, we drink it, we wash clothes in it, we wash dishes in it, we water our lawns with it, wash our cars with it. I mean, we use water abundantly. It's a precious resource and it's a lifesaver. But the infrastructure it travels in to get to where we need it can be compromised. What do I mean by compromised? Well, pipes are joined together, pipes crack, pipes break, and you can have bad stuff seep in. Bad stuff, bacteria, dirt, whatever, right? And so the chlorine keeps the water healthy and keeps that stuff at bay while it travels through that aging infrastructure. Now, if it's really bad, then that's when you see boil advisories. When they say, hey, there's a boil advisory, if you're going to use the water, boil. That means the infiltration of that pipe, the contamination was more than the typical chlorine dose is going to handle. Now, once that gets into your home, here's the thing that nobody's telling you. You don't need the chlorine anymore. The chlorine, you now are drinking it, and you're absorbing small amounts through your skin when you bathe, right? When you shower. Chlorine's used, look, chlorine's great. It's used in pools, keeps the pools clean and things like that. Now, is the ideal scenario to never have chlorine? Correct, yes, but if you want a clean pool, there's a trade-off. If you want drinking water or potable water to get to your home safely, then you're going to have to put chlorine in it. But now, the magic happens when you learn the fact that you don't need the chlorine in your home once it gets your home. In fact, it can cause problems and wreak havoc on your plumbing over time. How so? Well, that plumbing system in your home, your toilets, valves, faucets, all of that, have rubber seals and gaskets and things like that in it. Chlorine eats it away. Why do you think a toilet eventually starts leaking from the bowl or from the tank to the bowl? Eventually those seals wear out. They become compromised. Number one reason, the chlorine in the water. It's sitting in it. That's what chlorine does. Now, I don't drink water from the faucet. I only drink bottled water. I only this, I only that. Okay, great. You're still bathing in it, you're still washing in it. It's still present. And you can be perfectly fine with that. I'm just telling you that the ideal scenario is get that out of your water before it enters your home. Let it do its job to get it to you safely. Now get it out of there. How do you get it out of there? With proper filtration. Proper water filtration designed to meet whatever is in your water. See, there's other things in our water too. And here's the kicker. We're told that there's safe levels. The federal government has established safe levels. Now, that you can argue, and that can be argued, and it is oftentimes by scientists, doctors, PhDs, all those people. The ones who like to argue it the most are the lawyers, right? The ones that are being paid big money from lobbyists. Those are the ones that really like to talk about it and say how wonderful and great it is. But look, I would take one of those attorneys and I'd take a little bit of arsenic and I'd say, well, why don't you just drink the arsenic without the water? Well, you're not going to do that. But why would you drink water with arsenic in it? Water has arsenic in it. Chromium-6. Just don't cry me a river of chromium-6, but it's in our water. For California, there's a big thing going on right now. It's been going on for a while. All the water agencies, the chromium-6 is at the proper thresholds, meaning it's at or below what the federal government says it has to be at for safe drinking water. However, the state's coming in and saying, no, it needs to be lower. it needs to be lower. Erin Brockovich, anybody? Remember that name? Remember the movie? That was chromium-6 that was in the water. It was at very, very high levels. However, it's in our drinking water. Are you okay with that? Probably not. That's probably why you drink bottled water. But now we got microplastics. There's microplastics in the water, right? When does it end? So drink it out of a glass bottle. Okay, well that gets expensive. I don't know if you've checked the price from water that comes in plastic and water that comes in glass, but a significant difference. That's a lot of water. And even if you're drinking it, you're still bathing in the other stuff. All right? So, yes, it's in there. Yes, it's at EPA, at or below EPA levels. However, there's an organization out there that looks at all kinds of things like this. Foods, beauty products, water, and you can get a report of any water agency's levels, and they will compare it to what the government's levels are and what their team of researchers, scientists, and doctors, regulators say it should be at. And you're going to find that based on their recommendations, it's much higher. Now, why is there a debate between the water agencies in the state of California that want to make it even lower for chromium-6 and things like that? It's money. It all comes down to money. Hey, listen, I have a mentor, and he says to me, Patrick, it's never about the money, and it's always about the money. So guess what? It's about the money. To remove all of that from our water on a large scale, like the water agencies, becomes very expensive to implement all of that. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done. Is it too expensive? Yes, it's too expensive. So should it technically be removed from our water completely? Yes, it should. Okay, Patrick, that's great. So now you're telling me all this stuff that's in my water, and you're also telling me that I'm drinking the microplastics now, and that's not good, and water agencies aren't going to invest in the technology to get all that stuff out of my water. So how do I get the water that I need in my body, and I'm not drinking the nasty stuff, the arsenics and the chromium-6, and really there's so much more, but those are the only two I know how to pronounce. But you can check out the notes in this video, and you'll see the link to where you can get your own report for where you live, and you can also see the names, have fun pronouncing them, of what's in your water. Okay, with that said, what's the answer? The answer is proper water filtration. Oh, Patrick, are you trying to solicit and sell water filtration? Yes, I am. We're General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Of course I am. Like, is that bad? You should buy it. You should buy it from us. Why should you buy it from us? Because we know what we're doing. We have the right team, we work with the right engineers, and we have the best water filtration system you can get. Guaranteed. And we will build out that system based on what's in your water. Now, okay, Patrick, great. Do you service Mobile, Alabama? No, we don't. But find a reputable plumbing company. Find a reputable water treatment company and get them to come out and help you do it. What I will tell you, do not buy the little rinky-dink stuff that you can find in stores and whatnot. This is a serious stuff. You got to know what you're doing. You got to build the right system for your home. Use a professional. Don't mess around with this stuff, but you can get all of that out of your water. You get all of it out of your water. Now you can have amazing clean water, and then what you pair with whole home, you can do a whole home filtration, or you can just do a point of use reverse osmosis system, right? Or you can do the whole kit and caboodle. I say Brockovich your home, right? What would she do? What would she tell you to do? She'd tell you to call the general and get the best water filtration purification system you can installed in your home today. Don't delay.